What's up everyone, welcome back to a new video on the Alien Algo channel. Today we will be going over the markets again per usual, and if you guys don't follow me on Twitter yet, make sure to follow me there because I share a lot more on my Twitter than I do on YouTube. Here it is mainly focused on educational content and on the daily market outlooks, but if you want to see more things which I do live or give certain goals or hints about certain stocks or cryptos to trade or even buy some spot, make sure to follow me on Twitter. So with that out of the way, let's get straight into it. We will start at the stock market. As we know, we're in price discovery. So in price discovery, usually your pullbacks are quite shallow. So the thing I pointed out are the 2.5% and the 5% drawdowns. Yes, so here you see you have almost a 1% drawdown. So this was not an optimal pullback to buy. But let's say we start trading right into here, and now we get a decently sized pullback. If this pullback is about 2.5%, it is most likely a good buying opportunity. So let me say this again. This needs to be from a price discovery point. So it means we need to get above this, and that point where you calculate from should be the newly made all-time high. Right? This is a great way of trading into price discovery, which most people don't seem to know, but in stock world, this is quite common knowledge. So I just wanted to point that out again. So now that we have been looking at this, I was wanting a pullback into this. We pretty much got it, but I wanted a deeper pullback into this. So with this, I'm really not that majorly bullish, even though this is still looking quite well. The current level to hold would be right around here, but as we know with stocks, those are heavily manipulated, just like crypto. So it would be quite logical to make a sweep of it and then continue up. So I will be watching these 2 points from here till here to watch for some pullbacks to long them. If you want to buy some stocks, make sure to do that on red days for the S&P. So when you look at this here, if this really closes down as a red candle, it is most likely a good buying opportunity for some stocks. So let's go over the Nasdaq. Heavily in price discovery, looks even more bullish than the S&P right now, which is just making all-time high after all-time high, where right again you should see the logic by now. You're just using the staircase method, just so you make a previous high, you break that previous high, you retest it, and you go further up again. This is that staircase logic that I was talking about with you guys. And now then, of course, when you just look at it like this, right here, yes, we have another one right here with that gap fill. And yet again, when we gap up, guys, we usually fill these gaps. Here again, we had a gap on that open, we fill that gap, and then we continued up. For the Dow Jones, it's quite similar. Right here, this is just breaking, and not at an all-time high right now, but I think this will be quite clear to run towards all-time highs as well. So the thing most people are here for, of course, is Bitcoin. Like I stated, guys, these were your key levels, right on that 4-hour. Where I said we can deviate from them or we can break from them. As pointed out in yesterday's video, I stated here we were finding acceptance below it. So what do we want to see? We wanted to see buying pressure at that 0.5. If it did not, we were looking to play this break from that 0.5 level back towards those lows. So like I stated, these lows were really clear. They were way too clean not to take out, as I've shown this box right here. Because what can't we know? We just know these wicks need to be taken out, right? So the thing I don't know is, will it take it out like this and then go up? Or will it sweep this, grind a little further, and then go up? We have two logical points to look out for. These wicks and that previous Monday high. So what are we currently doing when we look at this on a lower time frame? Exactly, we swept those lows and we have reclaimed them with some speed. You see the wick right here, and you see here it gets swept. You see a higher low being formed, and we see it go straight up. So this sweep needs to be with aggression, which it was. We see a retest where we were moving up, bouncing from that sweep, creating a clear higher low right here. And this is that entry, yes? So this is a thing I wanted to point out. So currently I am more bullish on those lower time frames, which if we look at this on a 1 minute, that we clearly could continue up, but it wouldn't be that weird to have even a retest of this level. But in general, I do think we should just keep moving up from this little point unless we find acceptance back below this point. Because right like this, it is a proper sweep reclaim. So what don't we want to see? We don't want to see shit like this, where we swept it, we reclaimed it, and later we fall back below it again. Because now you're just rolling over again. So what would be your invalidation to be bullish? This point right here. Because if we get into this, then it will be quite bad. But on a lower time frame, as long as we hold this current low, it is looking quite bullish on those lower time frames. So I will clearly draw a box here. This will be that invalidation box where if we get a sweep and reclaim, it's all good. If we get a sweep and no reclaim, we will be invalidated on this idea. So let's get into ETH, where ETH, yeah, it really gave a clean setup for us. This is that setup that I pointed out in yesterday's video, where I wanted to see a sweep and a reclaim. During the video, we had the sweep. I'm quite sure I ended the video right on this candle. And I stated I want to see a reclaim of this. If we don't, we will most likely roll back down towards this level. But if we do reclaim this can give quite a nice setup. It was, again, a bit more explosive than I thought. I really would guess we went into this consolidation right here. But instead, we went all the way towards these highs. But with trailing, you of course can't stay inside of this trade. When we turn on a simple scanner, you already see here how it kept you inside of that trade, yes? So that's just the easiest way to use a trending system. But currently, you see, we had this move towards the upside, but we then rejected from it. And the time frame I prefer to use always is that 30 minutes. So what can we see again? We are breaking below it, and then we're finding a compression, right? You see it getting compressed, and then we drop down. So 2 points I'm currently looking at. You guys should know by now that I like my sweeps. So right here, we made this liquidity on this previous sweep, right? So this setup now is not worth it anymore. It has already played out. But this is a newly made wick, right? And it has not been taken out. Well, currently it is being taken out. But this is a proper setup again. If we do get that sweep, which we already are having right now, and we get that reclaim, and we start going up. So what do we want to see? Either a higher low, or we want this part to be aggressive. Yes, so that means we get a major wick at this bottom side, right? So let me see if I have a good example. Currently on the charts. Yeah, like this, right here. So we want to see a candle form like this, right? And then we can play it towards the upside, or we want a small move, and later we get a clear higher low. So it's either this scenario, or we want to see it react really fast, where it's like this, and then we just bid it, not expecting a proper higher low, where we just front run it and we don't give a proper retest. If we don't reclaim this, then the quite logical scenario would be to still take out this. So I want you guys to look at these 2 points, that either we reclaim this, and then we start going up again. And note, I don't draw this arrow till here because I think it will stop right there. No, I will be watching what the flows do during this. I will just be looking at these types of coins. Right, so these prior lows, these prior highs, these prior lows. This exact logic will be those points I will be looking at. If we reject, if we break, whatever. If we, of course, get into here and we start rejecting, I will just get out of the trade. If we do end up doing something like this, and I have been taking myself out of this trade, and later we get back into this, yeah, if it starts breaking, why won't I get back in? You get what I'm saying? So we play it level to level, and we watch what those flows are doing, how buyers and sellers are reacting to each level. Because it's quite clear that price action is just a shitload of levels, because on a technical basis, every little candle is a level, right? And the only thing is which level is getting accepted by buyers and by sellers. And at what level are the buyers or the sellers in control? This is what determines if the level will hold, yes or no. So levels are quite literally a meme because you don't know which level will hold. All you can do is watch how buyers and sellers react to a certain level. So, like I stated, on a sweep, we want aggressive sellers at first. We want sellers to be aggressive and to be trapped down here. And then the buyers take over, and those shorters down here are already fucked right there. Yes, and then those buyers take over and just keep bidding the price right back up. This is just the logic of buyers versus sellers. So, I wanted to point out that, but when we look at this on a daily perspective, what do we really need to hold? Quite logical, that range low. So, as long as ETH holds above this on a daily chart, I'm quite bullish. Why? We are trading at the range lows. You're just an idiot if you're bearish at range lows. Because you know what the deal is, you want to be buying at range lows with an invalidation below that range, and you want to be selling at range highs. This is just the way you want to do it. Look like here. You buy the low, you sell the high. You buy the low, you sell that high. You again buy that low, you sell that high. It's really that easy. This we have been doing on the daily market outlooks for multiple weeks now. So we want to be finding a logical range, and on a higher time frame, we just want to buy the lows in general and sell those highs. And using lower time frames, you can get more accuracy in your setups, meaning your entry can be a little bit better when you use lower time frame positioning, because you just have more accuracy. So I do need to upload this video quite quick because the setup is already looking to play out. Here on BTC as well, we want to see this hold, then all good. For ETH, we want to see it reclaim this on the lower time frames, meaning on a 5-minute or a 3-minute chart. And if we reclaim it and hold, then we can play it back towards some highs where we either look at these highs, look at these lows, start looking at these highs, these lows, these highs. All depends on where the sellers come in, where we exit the position, yes. So now let's get into the last part, which of course is that ETH BTC, where we literally had a fake breakout. And on a lower time frame, it was quite clear. We rejected from the 0 to 5 level, started getting back into that triangle. We even had a retest back to confirm that we're finding acceptance back within this compression again. So we will just keep compressing. Like I stated on this arrow, when can we see major upside again on ETH and on alts? When this level is broken and retested. So what did we do? We tried to break it and we just failed. And we went back into that compression. So this will be quite clear that we just need to chop a little bit more right in between these levels. And for BTC, I stated we don't want to see it find acceptance back above this level again. So I really don't want to see 2 closes above this again. If we get 1 close above, I'm really not that concerned, and I just logically would see something like this. But if we really get multiple candles above this and we see some shit like this, yeah, then you can just say that we will be in for a choppy summer for alts, and that alts will do their thing a bit later and not that soon. Unless we find acceptance below this, then it will be time for alts again. So this will be a crucial point to watch, right? Because if we find acceptance back below this, we literally have all this room to fill. And that can take quite a while, maybe even 2 to 3 weeks. So if we really start finding acceptance below this, we could be in for another move like this, or even better, another move like this, right? So this part will be crucial, where we want to find acceptance below it, and if we find acceptance above it, it's good for BTC, but not really for alts. So this will be that crucial level, so keep your eyes on that as well. For the total chart, yeah, this still looks quite good. For the total free, looks a little less weak, but this already has been indicated by the BTC and ETH BTC chart. So I won't be going over alts today because I don't find any major strength between them. And the last thing I want to point out is that BTC volume chart, where we do have the levels, and I've stated we really want to be holding somewhere around here. Because if we don't, we most likely will be trading all the way towards here. So this is that crucial point. Like I stated earlier in the video, we want to see this hold, which it currently is doing. On the 5 minute, you see how explosive it's already becoming. And for ETH, quite literally the same. We're just having that reclaim right now. So I will upload this video ASAP. And with that having said, guys, hope you liked the video. I will be adding a mentorship, so if you are interested in this, this will be a 3-month plan with a price of 620 USDT. And this will be a mentorship style. So this will be like live streaming, but Q&A, and it will be privatized, where I will allow a maximum of 10 people and a minimum of 5 people. Quite easy. 2 indicators will be added, and this will be way more personalized than just a community group, because I'm here to train you guys and do this as a mentorship style and not just give you guys random calls, because you don't learn any fucking thing from that. So, hope you liked the video, guys. Wanted to get that out of the way. And with that having said, I hope you liked it, and see you in the next video, guys. Bye.